Hello, everybody, and welcome to a Just Enough Heshy show. And this week, it's going to be only Heshy on the show. As you know, I come every week. I don't miss weeks. My co-hosts are always busy with something. I know they're dying, they're sick, their eyes are pink, their babies are having diaper changes. All I know is I have the same issues with everybody. But you know what? Heshy's back, and Heshy's got a lot to tell you, and I have a lot to discuss about this week. And you know, a lot of things have gone on, and there are issues. And I want to tell you, my fans, on the internet and Instagram, you know, I had 5 million views on one of my videos recently, and I'm proud of it because I didn't even try to push that video. I want you guys to realize that we have to give out a message. We must give out a message. We must stand together. You know, I'm proud of New York City. We have crazies. What should I do about it? We have instigators. We have people that are looking to tear us down, not just Jewish people. You're talking, they want to rip down all of us. You know, we're supposed to be a big melting pot, but they keep unmelting us. They keep splitting us, dividing us, fighting with one another to one another. Anyways, YouTube, I will be watching the screen. Let's see, anybody think? But anybody who wants to on YouTube, type me a message. You're welcome to do that. I hope you can hear the show. I hope everything is working smoothly. But I'm going to tell my joke and my quote this week. And I know personally that joke and quotes is funny. So don't even think for a moment it's not. At least I'm going to laugh on it. And I told my producers I bought them dinner. I bought one of them dinner. The other one I didn't buy because he always complains. And now he wants dinner, so I'm going to give him dinner. But the point is he better laugh. If he doesn't laugh, he's not getting fed. Truth of the matter is they're eating now, I think, in the control booth room. So I think they're being fed. We're going to discuss the hostages, of course, in Israel. We're going to discuss the hostages that are here in New York City. We're going to discuss the economy that's coming up, and of course, the greatest thing that's going to happen in the next few months, the election. It's going to be, the whole world will be watching this, the whole world. And that's the problem, because we're going to embarrass ourselves or not. I hope not. I hope not. I hope not, and I hope we don't put a president in jail. I mean, we have I don't know. I can't hear myself. Hello? I'm stuck because I hear a buzzing in my head and I'm lost. The producer said he was going to sabotage the show tonight. He just did. He just did it for no reason whatsoever. He sabotaged the show. But it's okay. I don't know why he did it. But it's okay. They do this to me all the time to upset me. And I like to tell you, the people in this city try to upset us. And I don't know why. It looks like the mic is not working or something's not working because they're out here, so the show is dead. I don't know what's going on. Anyways, I'm sorry, guys. They're making me change my headset, which is not working anyways. I don't hear myself. But anyways, we're going to talk about the show. We're going to talk about all the little things that I'm doing on this show. And it's going to be a very interesting show. And we're ready to start. And we're ready to take care of whatever has to be done. Oh, I'm getting another headset during the show because this one's not working either. 1 second while they fix the show. And there's a buzzing again. And, of course, nothing is working. The buzzing in my head is going bad. Anyways, my producer around me, they're bothering me. We're going to... Anyways, I threw away the headset. It was buzzing in my head because they didn't want to take care of the business the right way. And I'm sorry, I don't know what's going on with the noise. Yeah. To the show, our listeners at WSNR Radio, WNEW Radio, and we're going to be inviting our Miami fans at WPVD Radio, I guess. Anyways, here we go. I want to tell you something. All my new listeners, and I was telling my Instagram people before I got upset, before all the headsets went crazy, and I can't hear myself and they sabotaged the show. And it was my producer. He actually sabotaged it purposely. I told him not to play with the dials, but he did it purposely. But that's okay. My point to you tonight is we are going to talk about so many things that we're going to fix, that we can fix, and we will fix. But I'm going to give you my quote. Are you ready? Here's my quote. To be truly positive in the eyes of some, you have to risk appearing negative in the eyes of others. What does this mean? I try to be positive. I try to love everybody. I try to help everybody. But you know what, my dear friends? People just still knock me. I walk down the street and people say, oh, Heshy, great job. Oh, thank you for your service. And you know what I tell them? It's my pleasure. It's my honor. It's my pleasure to serve you. But you know what the problem is? There are people who hold me negatively, and I don't know why. I was sitting in synagogue. I think I told you guys last week I was in the synagogue. And the rabbi likes me, and I'm speaking, and I'm making I'm donating one of the meals after the prayers to the people that come and need a place to eat, but we all eat. And a guy walks in, he says, oh, during COVID, you were embarrassment to the Jewish people. And I said, why? And everybody's listening to this. Why? Oh, because you were fighting the mayor in the city, we locked it down, and you spread the disease of the pandemic. I said to him, what did you do for a living? And we all knew what he did. He was selling the masks and gloves and the lotions. I said, because I shut you down, because I put you out of business, because all of this pandemic was a lie, you're upset with me. He says, yeah, you spread the pandemic, I was saving it. I said, you weren't saving it, because look at you, you're not wearing a mask, and you didn't wear a mask then. There are many different people, and I want to tell you, I saw a news conference with Mayor Adams, and a lady gets up and says to him, Mayor, there's a lot of city workers that were fired during the pandemic for not taking the vaccine. This is over now. And the city's still fighting with them not to come back. But you know what the mayor said? The mayor said it's un-American not to give migrants jobs. So you want to give 170,000 illegal aliens jobs. You want them to even work for the city, but you won't allow our own employees that you fired. They fired. Somebody just said, where is that? Who is that? Infinite Justice. I like that. I love you. I am so, but I want you to know, you are willing to give 170,000 migrants, even though we only have half of them jobs, but you won't give back my workers, my city workers, my people in this city back their jobs, because it's un-American not to give migrant jobs. I don't know. I don't know what to do. When I get into city council, I'm going to stop that. I'm going to stop so many different things. Anyways, so I understand that some of you don't like me, and I don't know why. And I want to be loved by everybody, but they say not everybody could be loved. I'm running for city council now, and I'm ahead of the game. I really am. I have the best platform, by the way, HeshyTishler.com. We're going to put that up right now. HeshyTishler.com. You should. By the way, if you want to call into the show, they're going to put it on the screen. 646-974-1580. We are taking calls. We are going to take the calls. What did she say here, Infinite Jackson? During the virus, you were the hero. Yes, it's not that I was a hero. I cared about my fellow man. People tell me, Heshy, oh my God, you're doing this for fame. You're doing this as a mercenary just to knock down the city. I'm sorry. I'm on a crusade. I'm on a mission. I want to serve my people. I've been doing it for 40 years. It's not a new thing. Yeah, what should I tell you? But you know what? The mayor is not giving back those jobs, and I'm going to fight them in city council. I'm going to show you what's going on. HeshyTishler.com. I'm way ahead in the race. There's nobody yet running against me, but we'll find out June. They're trying to bring back Senator Simcha Felder, a man who was a city councilman, and he left in middle to get a better job as a controller, doubled his salary. From there, he quit in middle and went to become state senator because nobody ran against him. And he has an easy job. He goes to Albany 6 months out of the year. The other 6 months he's off. And they only go once a month, twice a month to vote. Now he hasn't shown up for 3 years. He now is almost ready to retire. He has his 30 years in it. He needs another 3-4 years. So they're bringing him back to run against me because he has a reputation. He hasn't done anything for us in 5 years. He's got money. He has to move into another apartment. So he has to give up his professorship. He just found a way that he doesn't have to give up his second and third jobs, that he can defer the payment till after he leaves office. That means he actually has 2 other jobs, but he doesn't accept payment for it now. He accepts payment for the jobs now, later on. I think that's the same thing. It's just a gimmick. He has to rent an apartment and move in with his family. He says he's just going to rent a small apartment to live there 5 days a week. You mean you're going to rent an apartment 3 blocks away from your house just so you could, I don't know what, game after game, lie after lie. I hope my community comes out to me. I hope you listeners on the radio come out to vote for me. HeshyTishler.com. I could use your donations. I'm ready to go. I'm ready to win this, and I'm ready to fight for it. I'm going to give you my joke. This is one of my favorite jokes. I've been saving it to be alone because I don't want nobody to make a comment of it. You know, my mother was an old Hungarian survivor. You know, she escaped during the war, and she wasn't in the camp. My father was. And I might be going next week to Hungary to find my grandmother's grave. I saw it when I was a little boy, and somebody found it for me now, so I'm going to go there and pray. She's the only one that died right before the war, so she wasn't in the concentration camp into the ovens. The rest were, besides my father and 2 of his sisters. And so I'm going to go. And what happened was my mother came out, and she had a thick Hungarian accent. And I remember when I got married, my mother made we had the little kids growing up, and my son Avram, my oldest son Avram, was 8 years old. And we were standing in the kitchen, and my mother was talking to Linda and said to Linda, for the family dinner tonight, I'm going to need a football. And my son said, football. He was so happy. He loved his grandmother. And he went, and I remember when he told me, he says, Pop, I'm going to take 50 baseball cards and trade it for grandma's football. I said, football? She doesn't need a football. He says, yes, she told me she needs a football. Okay. He went, he traded it for football. He blew it up. He shined it up. And when my mother started cooking the dinner, he ran into the kitchen. He says, Grandma, here's the football you need. And my grandmother said, no, darling, fruit bowl. You get it? Fruit bowl and football. Well, I thought it was very funny. Anyways, it's cute. And by the way, here's a joke for me. I took my granddaughters out the other week, and they were running around me, and I fell down. I hurt myself. I wouldn't show that I'm in pain because I'm a real man. And so one of my grandkids, when my daughter-in-law came to pick up the kids, shot me with a fake gun. We were playing cops and robbers, and I fell on the floor, and I wouldn't get up. And my daughter-in-law comes running over to me like something happened. And I just peeked up in one eye. I said, listen, this is the only time I get to rest when they shoot me because they're making me crazy. So I love my granddaughters, and they're all very cute and perfect like that. Let's talk about the show a little bit. You know and I know the ceasefire is fake. And, you know, I was watching a video of this wonderful guy. What's his name? A representative from Congress. I forgot his name here. I wrote it down. What a nice guy. Too bad I can't find it. And they were questioning him. They were screaming at him. And they were saying to him, hey, represent Brian Mast. He's an Army veteran. He's missing 2 legs. And these pigs from the Palestinian, she wasn't even Palestinian, she was my people. She's a white midtown American lady. She's chasing him. And she says, you know, with the ceasefire, what are you saying about, you know, a free Gaza and all that? And the guy says, he tells her straight out, I hope the Israelis kick the shit out of them. The man is missing 2 legs, an Army veteran who fought. What do you think he fought? He fought the terrorists in Afghanistan and the ISIS and all of that. They blew up his legs. You want him to forgive and feel sorry for these people who cheered and hollered and yelled on rape and murder? Oh, now we've killed 40,000 of them? Get out! Get out of the war zone. Don't cheer. Get rid of Hamas. You can attack the Hamas. They don't have that many people. It's not like Iran that has a whole government. And we should go after Iran too. Look, they sent 330 drones. Look what kind of losers they are. They couldn't even attack with one. Iran is not a real country. They got money. They're really incompetent fools. They're a bunch of kids that took over the government, and we, the Americans, allowed them to kidnap us. And they put some guy, Khomeini, who has no knowledge on how to run a government. And they're running a government. They're actually killing. They sentenced a guy to death because he wrote some bad articles. Death. Not even jail. I don't know. You people are allowing the will to go on. We let these people into campuses. Matter of fact, there's a guy, a young guy I met on video. He was a Jewish boy, and in UCLA, he broke through the Palestinian lines while they were holding back the Jewish students. And he broke through, and they chased him. They tried to hit him, and he broke through. And he sent me videos how he fought and screamed at them. The cops got rid of them. Why didn't the cops throw these protesters out? Why? Why are we allowing federal funding to these colleges? You know they have private funding, but they get a lot of federal money. Let's stop it. Stop it till we get those deans or presidents of the colleges out. I understand protests. Don't get me wrong. I understood the Vietnam War. The Vietnam War was wrong and right. It was a war of our American soldiers. Here's a war in Israel against Palestinians where people were raped and killed. Nothing to do with us, even though I believe I'm a Jew. It does have a lot to do with me. And I had a cousin that died. And we should kick the shit out of them. But my problem here is simple. Nothing to do with America. Zero to do with America. They're holding back $1 billion in aid. And you know what I was reading today? A wonderful lady by the name of Tal Gottlieb. She is one of the members of the Israeli parliament. And she says, listen to me. You want to hold back those precise missiles, America? No problem. I'll give you a precise missile. My missile's going to bomb 10 buildings precisely in Gaza. She's smart. You don't want to give us the missiles to work with us? Then we'll send our own missiles in. Israel's ready to bomb. We're going into Rafah. Israel is ready to make peace. Give back the hostages. We'll ceasefire you. Give up Hamas. What do they want to do? Reorganize? No. Ceasefire means that we're stopping the war. We're going to talk about how to settle this to the end. Not to regroup. Not to arm yourself. That's what Hamas does. Give us back our soldiers. Give us back our hostages. Today when I posted my video link, I put up the pictures of the hostages. Another one dead, another one dead. And you know, you and I sit here and we laugh at each other. The pain these hostages went through of the rape and the killing and the murder and the beatings and the not eatings and sitting in tunnels while I sit here in a beautiful studio having a nice sushi dinner. You know what I mean? I'll go home to my wife. Sure, it bothers me, but it doesn't affect us personally. I want to fight back. America, stand up. I had 5 million hits, so you people know who I am out there. You know we have to fight back. These protesting kids are being set up by George Soros. You know, John F. Kennedy, our great president of 1960, who got killed young, he himself said that there was a conspiracy going on. That back then already, there were people trying to undermine the government. There were back then already people looking to hurt us. And what? We let them get away with it. We let them get away with it. You know, I was watching your friends, not mine, Chris Cuomo, Governor Cuomo's brother, and he was fired from CNN. And now he gets on, he says, ivermectin, what is it called again? Let me just see the proper word. What's it called again? You know, the medicine during COVID that helped people, okay? This ivermectin, okay, just for your knowledge to all my fans out there, did help people. The government said if you sell ivermectin, you are going to jail or we're going to stop you during COVID. Cuomo says, you know, we were given wrong information. Wrong information? How many people died because you gave wrong information? How many people suffered longer in their sickness because you knew you were giving wrong information? We told you it was wrong information. Now he wakes up because he wants to be famous again. They went out there. This is what shows you conspiracy. I have right now in a 20 Ocean Parkway, maybe about a 50 square block area, we have over 400 cameras that are watching us and finding us. Over $9 million just in my community has been built. They're going to camera up the whole place, and not even for protection. It's just a ticket, fine. And people are not understanding the big brother thing. They're going to catch us. They're going to find a way to hold us back. They're going to try another epidemic or pandemic or something stupid. When these people protest, immediately the cops should go in and drag them out and put them in jail. Instead, we're letting them out. We're letting them out. They're rioting. Now, I'm angry because when I just had a peaceful protest and I screamed at somebody on the street, they arrested me and kept me in jail for 2 days and actually tried to put me in jail for a year and fined me and made me do community service. These guys are living on campuses, destroying garbage. They're throwing rocks and water and spitting at cops. And I saw a video of girls calling the cops piggies, oink, oink, and throwing things at them. Disrespectful. And the cops are standing there. We're allowing this to happen. They are now vandalizing our monuments. The mayor has come up with a $5,000 thing that they vandalized one of our memorials. World War I memorial. These are men that gave their lives. Do you understand there are people that gave their lives for us? We don't appreciate that. They went with the courage. I'm jealous because I can't do that. Sure, I'm going to fight for this country and give it as much as I can. But these guys gave their lives for this country and we're destroying the monuments that we gave for them. We're saying death to America. Death to America is treason. You're upset with President Trump for taking home a document and calling him Russian collusion because maybe he spoke to Russia. Here you have people coming on the street saying death to America and burning the American flag. Walking around with a Palestinian flag. You have a congresswoman that is displaying a Palestinian flag in Congress in front of her office. You're not upset? You're not upset? And if we do anything, what's going to happen? We're going to be anti-Semitic. We are haters. I don't mind you protesting and saying your piece. The First Amendment, the Fifth Amendment, everybody gives you that right. But not to say death to the Jews. That is sickening. Not blocking somebody to go, forget going into school, blocking his path. You see it on video and nobody did anything about it. Yeah, I'm vandalism in our country, just low lives. You know, Marjorie Taylor today, I like her, but she decided today that she's going to get rid of the leader of the Congress. She's going to get rid of the speaker. Now, we did that once before, and we messed up this whole country for a couple of weeks. Congress did not allow Johnson. Thank God the Democrats even knows that it's a stupid thing. Here's a woman that does stupid stuff. You want to call into the show, 646-974-1580. I'm all by myself. Be my guest. Call in. I'll listen to everything you said. Here we go. Marjorie Taylor. Now, I don't know what's wrong with her. Why would she want to mess up the country? Why? 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 She's bored with herself. There's so much to do in Congress. So much to do. Right now, Trump is ahead in the polls by 48-41. Now, they had in his criminal court case, let me explain to you what this criminal court case is. That he paid somebody hush money not to tell his wife that he slept with her. A hooker. A bad W word that my campaign manager won't let me say. Adult porn star that sleeps with everything that moves. Sleeps with snakes, actually animals. She got money. She opened her mouth, so now Trump gave her a lawsuit. She owes Trump $500,000, and she's defying the courts to pay. Come on, why isn't she being judgment against? Where are you, Attorney General? Take the money for Trump. Collect that judgment money and put it against Trump's balance. She goes on the stand, and she tells the juries that he slept with her, and she hates Trump. And Trump is a bad man. Now, you're telling me that she didn't taint the jury? How do you put a witness on the stand that says, I hate the guy? Of course she's going to testify bad if she hates the guy. She slept with him. It's not like he raped her. She slept with him. Now she hates him? She got money from him, $130,000. And then she opened up her mouth because she's a blackmailing pig who wanted more, I guess. Now, this is a criminal case because they're saying he took money from his business and didn't record it. You know how many people do that across the country? And he didn't even do that. And it wasn't even him. And it was Michael Cohen. And big deal. He paid billions of dollars in taxes. You know, Warren Buffett said he paid $5 billion in taxes. He says if 800 companies, not the whole country, 800 companies would pay $5 billion, we would cover the entire budget for the year for the whole country. Nobody else would have to pay taxes, property taxes, school taxes, nothing. 800 companies at $5 billion, and we have that. But no, our country is looking to play games with the little people, looking to take us hostage, looking to abuse the privileges that we've built this country for. The greatest generation, my father's generation, the greatest generation, my father-in-law's generation, who saved and fought in World War II and the Korean War, made this country a better place, who handed the reins over to my generation. And what did we do? I'll tell you what we did. The children of the 60s that were born and the teenagers and the adults of the 80s. We gave you the internet. We gave you better laws and safer cars. We gave you a better way of raising your children. We gave you better education. We made your music better. We made this place, we brought you into the 21st century. We gave generation Gen Z and Gen X and the millennials a better life that you guys are able to stand and protest over nothing. Come on, go back to the Black Lives Matter protests in this country. Waste of time. What did you gain? What did you gain? Trump has got to win the election. And I want you to know it's a Class D felony what they're going after him. The dumbest thing. Usually, on a Class D felony, you always make a deal and lower it down to a misdemeanor. Always. It's like the lowest lowest felony possible. And they're spending millions of dollars to convict him. Waste of our time. Even if Trump is wrong and a pig and whatever it is, you're ruining the whole system. You're wasting a whole time. You're abusing the electoral system to show that you could do this. Mr. Biden, just pardon Trump and let's go fair fight right across the board. Trust me, if you pardon Trump, a lot of people will change their opinions of you. Throwing rocks at the cops. I would break my children's necks. I saw a video of a young man with a mask protesting, and his mother caught him. She came and smacked him in front of everybody, told him to go home. That is a good mother. Where are you, rest of your stupid mothers, that your children are standing and screaming and cursing at Jews and death to America? Living like animals on campuses. You know, my son just went back to school. He's getting married, by the way, everybody. It's going to be a great wedding. I just got the band, and we got the hall ready. It's going to be in the Sands on September 5th. I'm still working on the amusement park, so you're all invited. But and I just sent him back to school. Extra towels, sheets, telling him how to do the laundry. He's a grown man. You think I want him to be a day or two without showers and living on the street? Even a dorm is disgusting. You know that. And these kids are sleeping in $80,000 and they're sleeping in tents like animals. You should have seen how Colombia looked. They left the grounds like animals. Anyways, I was watching one of these young people on Instagram. I'm talking to my Instagram fans. And she was tattooed, this young girl, from her head to her foot. All over tattoos. I would say easy 50, 60 tattoos. And a nose ring and rings all over. And she gets onto Instagram and she's complaining. I submitted a resume to TJ Maxx. And they denied me, saying that I'm inexperienced. That's what she says on the thing. You should have seen her. A pretty young girl with tattoos up and down. She looked ugly. I mean, on her face, she had tattoos. On her hands, tattooed up and down. I don't even understand it. She goes into TJ Maxx and she speaks to the manager. She says, why wasn't I hired? So they said, we told you that you don't have experience. She says, oh, it's the tattoos. Now, let's be honest with each other. Do you think I want to walk into a store like TJ Maxx and see a lady tattooed uptown to the ugly, disgusting? I'd be busy looking at that tattoos. It's terrible. Did you ever see a person tattooed? I have no problem. You have a tattoo, one or two. Tattoo top to the bottom, face, arms, legs, breasts. You can't do that. You have business. People don't shave sometimes. I shave every day. Why? Because I want to be You think I want to shave every day? Don't you think I want to sit there on my chair watching TV and having a good laugh with Linda and screaming and hollering, hey, Linda, bring me another soda or a drink, a pina colada, and not shave my beard for a week and just sit there and scratch my behind? No. We must look presentable. We must go out. We must clean ourselves. We teach our children, take showers, be healthy, be clean, be normal. But this girl, another one complaining, like a couple weeks ago, I told you this lesbian girl, she went and got herself pregnant. She found out who donated the sperm to her, and she sued him. He donated the sperm for you to have a baby that you couldn't have, whether he made $75, and somehow she's getting away with it. People are abusing the system. People are abusing. I was watching one of these protest ladies, and she gets on the video, she says, thank you. Thank you for going out to pay your taxes so I don't have to work. Thank you for helping me get a better life that I don't have to do anything. Thank you for allowing me to be able to live cleaner and have an apartment, not fancy, but your tax money is giving me welfare, food stamps, free travel expenses. I mean, if I'm late with my insurance payments, it's crazy. This is what America is, and I have no problem that we help the indigent. I even have no problem that we help the lazy. But again, don't take away the goodnesses that we're doing. This great country was founded on doing great things. Iran is not even a 40-year-old country. They're incompetent losers. I'm disappointed with England. We went and helped England during World War I. Do you know that they burnt our White House, killed and ravaged our people in buildings? Murdered our people not during the revolution, but during the War of 1812. They killed us. We forgave them. We become their friends. We've made peace with the future generations. And we helped them during World War I and World War II. We went back there, and we're good friends. But how do you allow those police officers to be anti-Semitic against the Jews who went and fought for them? Who gave them the money? Who do you think gave them money to support their war efforts? When we had a war here in the Civil War in the United States, Jews were on both sides. We fought for our countries. We believe in serving our country. I don't know. You guys don't understand what it is to be loyal and honorable. Like the quote in the beginning, sometimes people have to look bad at you to look good. I want to be loved. I was sitting in a meeting last night with a bunch of politicians, and they said, Heshy, this special election is nothing. We're ready for round 2. Because after the special election, I have to run again for office in 45 days. Don't be worried, Heshy. We're going to get you. I said, listen to me, guys. This is not a game. I'm not here to be a mercenary to get other people out of office. These people who are sitting in office are doing nothing. I want to make a change. I want to help people. I want to do more than I could do now. I can. I've shown you. I have the experience. Oh, no, you're crazy. You scream and holler. You're not a statesman. That's what you want? Is Joe Biden a statesman? That's a statesman? Who doesn't know where he is half the time? And when he was in Senate, do you think he was a statesman? You should have seen some of his speeches. How he spoke about the black people. Yeah, that's real cool. Anyways, there are a bunch of Israelis that want to storm the UNRWA. This is the United Nations fund and an organization that was helping Palestinians. And now we found out that a lot of their workers were helping Hamas. And they have an office where, not in Gaza anymore because it's unsafe for them, so they have it in Israel. The Israelis want to storm their compound and knock them out of business. Why does Israel still have them there? I mean, we're at war with you, and you want us to give you oil, give you gas, give you light? I don't know, guys. I don't know. YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, my listeners on the show. Listen. I can talk from today to tomorrow. I need you to come out to make a change. Not for me, for everybody. There are bad Republicans. There are bad Democrats. There are bad independents. We need people who care. We have a guy, Goldman. He became congressman. I don't know why we supported him. You know, they come out with the dumbest rules. I want you to hear this. You know the people who have doggies? That's nice of you. And now with the laws, you have to pick up the doggy poo-poo when you're finished. I'm going to say it nicely. So what you do is you take a plastic bag or a bag from your house or toilet paper. It's your doggy, and you walk him, and when he makes the poo-poo, you pick it up and you put it in a bag and you throw it away. They're so lazy today, they came out with a law that in the parks we're going to put poo-poo bags for the dogs. You're wasting more of my money? You're going to go around all the parks. You closed my parks during COVID. But now you're going to give all the doggies poo-poo bags because they're too lazy to take a little plastic bag from their house? But you're going to make them plastic bags because you dissolved all the plastics and we can't even get bags from the supermarkets. But you could get bags from the supermarkets. If you pay 36 cents, you can get a bag. You believe it? So it's illegal to give away free bags, but it's legal to sell the bags. What, you think I'm not going to pay 39 cents or 36 cents for a bag? Really? You think I'm going to carry my groceries home with me? You think I'm going to carry a paper bag that's going to break on me? I think I didn't do that in the 70s and 80s? By the way, Stormy Davis was the one that testified against Trump. They say she did such a bad job that she might have just maybe won it for Trump. So I'm hoping. But you know, then you have a stupid judge that puts Trump with a gag order. And Trump says, you know, give me liberty or give me death. And Trump says today, and I want you to hear what he says. He says, you have lowlife, gifters, sleazebags, murderers. They don't have to have gag orders. You don't give them gag orders. But on a stupid little trial that everybody knows what's going on. Everybody's watching in the thing. They're all reporting back word for word what's going on. Why does he need a gag order? Why can't Trump say what he wants on the Fifth Amendment? Why can't he say that the judge is an idiot? The judge is an idiot. My prosecutor was an idiot, and he was a religious Jew, Mr. Farkas. A low-life idiot, a Jew who wanted to be promoted and move up in the ranks, so he came after me hard. And it was a misdemeanor. And he kept me in jail an extra day. I'm not upset. I don't look back. Trust me, I don't look back. You know, people ask me, Heshy, do you have any regrets? I have no regrets. I have a lot of regrets. In a sense, I do have regrets because like Linda told me, she says, Heshy, we've led a life. We've been together 33 years. You've been doing this for a long time. Isn't it time that we just stop, hand over the reins to somebody else? I said, no, Linda. This is my time. I've been trained the last 40 years to be ready now to take the reins, to not lead, to guide my fellow man, to help them when they're in trouble. This is my time. But Linda says, if they don't want it, let's go. Let them have somebody else. And here's my answer to Linda. You're right, Linda. Me and you are okay. We're well off, and we could do well, and we're good to go. The problem is my children are not. And whatever I leave them, their legacy or whatever happens is, they're going to get it. Or my grandchildren, my nephews, my nieces, my neighbors' friends. I can't allow the system to hurt them. This is my time. I've been trained now. I'm not 70 or 80 years old. I have 8 good years. This is it. And it's one of 51 members in city council. I said, Linda, I could stop. You want to go, Linda? Let's go. I'll go. Let's go to Cancun or go on a cruise. I hate boats, but let's go. I'll go. It's time for me to take care of Linda. She's taken care of me all these years, and it's time. We're getting old. We want to play with our grandchildren. You know, today my granddaughter came to the office. It was the coolest thing. I was giving her a bottle. She came to my office. It was like, can you believe it? This is what I did. I fought so many years to get my children and grandchildren. You know, I was in court this morning. For a family where, I don't know what's going on with the Instagram. It looks like something got stuck over here. Sorry, guys. I don't know what happened. I'm going to try it again. Let's end it and share. I'm sorry. One of my Instagrams, the main one, which I'm so upset, I guess something happened, went down. So I'm going to try to reset it. Camera. And we're going to go live and back up. Start. Anyways, so I was in court this morning. And in court, these people who kidnapped this young girl, I just want to give them visitation rights. And we're so vicious that they were arguing about a pettiness on how you are a Jew, how to observe God. That's why they're not allowing them to see the kid. On a God observance, we find ways to screw our fellow man. But I'm there to fight for our children. I'm there to fight for our grandparents. Grandparents do have a right to visit their grandchildren. Grandparents make the grandchildren lives better. We give them more advice. We help them. We lead them they say they live longer, and grandparents live longer because we raised our children, and now we know how to do the grandchildren with all the mistakes and guide our children to do it better. Let's see, what am I going to talk about? Yeah. I want to talk about that the court, the court finally agreed with President Trump to accept his $175 million bond. Now, why does she care? She wants the whole $457 million, $175 for sure you're going to get if he doesn't pay. And you can still go do a judgment and sell his properties. Let him appeal. He's going to appeal. He's going to win. They're stopping him one after another. How do you not allow somebody to appeal? You know, so many people appeal, they don't have to put up bonds or judgments. You know, all those arrests that they made for those Palestinian kids, they're going to get off the hook. They're going to get off the hook, and what are we going to do about it? Nothing. Nothing. We lose our, we talk about the hostages in Israel, but again, I want to tell you about the hostages in the United States. I'm a hostage. Because if I try to go to Columbia, or I try to go to Midtown Manhattan, or I see my wife sees somebody with the Palestinian outfit, she freaks out. I have a lot of friends who are from the Muslim community. I was in a diversity prayer group right after Passover. Wonderful. You know, we were on a Pakistani television show, one of my friends, and she says, Heshy, how is the Pakistani community in the United States? I said, Pakistan and the United States have a great relationship. Pakistan and Israel do not. Now, zero. Pakistan has not recognized Israel since 1947. Pakistan does not do anything for Israel. Matter of fact, they're not saying anything bad right now, but they're not saying that they're not condemning what happened in October 7th, but they're not going for the Palestinians. Why? Because the U.S. are good friends. Now, in my community here in Borough Park, in Brooklyn, we live side by side with the Pakistani community. Our mosques and synagogues are really next door to each other. We live with each other. We live in the same communities. We live in the same neighborhoods. We take care of each other's children. We rent to each other's apartments to our friends and neighbors. We work with each other. I have so many Pakistani clients that need my help daily. Forget homeowners. Forget contractors. And they're Muslim boys. And I'm a Jewish guy. Not only that, we love, we hug, we kiss each other. We laugh. It can be done. You want hate? This is what I have a problem with. I'm a hostage to hate. People want to hold us hostage. You're holding me hostage. Do you hear me that, you two people? You're holding me hostage. Instagram, you're holding me hostage. My listeners out there, you're not cooperating. Stand up. Scream. You can call into the show. I don't care if you don't. 646-974-1580. I got a lot to say. I got a lot to do. You know, the mayor and all your police officials are saying crime this month has gone down by 15%. Last month it was 5%. The month before was 7%. Now I'm reading robberies, murders. 1,200 people were killed on October 7th in Israel. Do you know that we're going to have about 500 murders in New York City alone just this year? We're going to have about 3,000 shootings. Now, that's New York City, not New York State. Let's go across the country. We're going to have more deaths, maybe triple the amount of deaths in murders, not mistake shootings in the United States, than Israel has. Yes, they lost 200 soldiers in the war, 280 or 290 soldiers. We need to support them. But we're just too busy with crying. Saying crime is down by 15% does not make crime go down by 15%. It's not. Because the way the numbers work, we should have zero crime already. We don't have it. Again, I'm being held a hostage in this country. I'm being held a hostage when we go to the store, which we always have to look around if somebody's going to get us. We always have to look around if somebody's going to push us in the train. Our cops are busy with shutting down marijuana shops. Now, I'm against, and don't get me wrong, the cannabis operation. But lately, I've been talked to and spoken to about this cannabis thing, how good it is for the cancer patients, which I always knew that. How, if you're older and you want to do recreational drug instead of a regular drug, because some people do need it. They don't want to take Xanax and Valiums, so they take a little bit of marijuana, and somebody calms them down. Now, I have a problem with it because I think you should get it medically prescribed, but I guess a lot of these guys, they just get the stupid prescription, because marijuana takes you down, takes you up, and moving such up and down could really give you depression. I think there's a lot to do on the marijuana thing, but I'm learning about it more and more, and I'm swaying that you should legalize it. So what makes a shop illegal and a shop legal? They're both the same shops. They're both the same cleanliness. They're both buying the same product from same sources. Why are they unlicensed? They're paying taxes, but they're not paying a fee to the city. And the mayor wants, and these licenses are not cheap, hundreds of thousands of dollars. That's how the city's making its money. So, and you can't sell the license. You get the license and you could open up other places and you can take in partners. But if that guy dies or closes up, he loses the license. It's like a taxi cab. Your medallion is sellable, but again, you have to keep paying if they make new medallions. But after a while, you're going to run out of giving people licenses. So they figured out a way how to always keep reselling these licenses. And you know what? If you're going to make cannabis legal, make it legal all over. What difference does it make on the shop? What difference, who's selling it? What your histories? Most of these people who have the illegal shops really have never been arrested. The people who are getting licensed for the cannabis all have selling drugs illegally in the past. Bad drugs, not only marijuana. So I don't care about your marijuana. I'm against it. Just like now, you go to a bar and you have to go to a bar and you get a drink. Now they're allowing you to do takeout drinks. Can you explain what that means to me? Now, if you want to go home and drink liquor, go to the store, buy the liquor, take it home, mix yourself a drink. You're going to the store to buy a takeout drink. What does that mean? You're going to drink it in the street, you're going to drink it in the park, or you're going to drink it in your car driving home. You're looking for trouble. You're looking for trouble. There should be no such thing as a take-home drink, take-out drinks. Maybe during the pandemic because the bars were closed, but now there's no reason for take-home drink, take-out drinks. They're legalizing stuff left and right. We have problems with mental illness. The governor, I think, gave $4 million or some couple of $1 million for schools for mental illness to our children. We need $4 billion. I was showing their plan to the mayor's office on the whole First Avenue, and other people now are looking at me. Empty thousands and thousands of tens of thousands of square foot space that we can put the migrants. We can put them to work even over there. We can have them working on the docks. We could clean up the homeless people there and show them how to live nicely. But New York City has a bad track record. Look at the New York City Housing Authority. You hand those buildings over to me, I'll teach you how to run them clean. We have HPD, Housing Preservation and Development, one of the worst city agencies on the planet. All they do is know how to give fines. Fines, and nothing ever gets done. Oh, the landlord has 50 million violations because you make up false violations. I see it. I myself became a receiver for the city. When I run a building, I run it 10 times better than the city. Now, I'm not talking as an independent private manager landlord. I work for the city, and I do a better job than every one of their people as an independent contractor for the city, and I don't make much money. The people who work for the city make triple, 10 times more than me, and they do a crappy job. You ever walk into the housing authority? Mold, leaky ceilings, they can't fix leaks. Me, if I got a complaint the other day, there was ants in an apartment where there couldn't be because it's a brand new building, fixed up, renovated. There were ants. You know why? Because I told the people when you go to the bodegas, you have to be careful. You can't be buying this food that has the dates that are expired, even though they're cheaper. Because when you open it up, there are bugs in the food. It is. Those expired crackers and other items, they get bugs and worms and stuff, and you bring them home, and they run around. I sent an exterminator right away. I fixed up the place. People break things in the apartments, but they don't know how to manage a building. Till you get a complaint taken care of. Me, if I don't handle the complaint in 24 hours, we're dead. I had an inspector. As you know, I don't cooperate with inspectors when they lie. Had an elevator inspector named by the name of Esposito. I'm going to tell you his name. He came to one of the buildings I was there, and he said, I'm getting in the building. I said, I don't understand. We just had an elevator inspector there 2 days ago, and about a month ago, I had the elevator inspector come in to check the elevator. There's signs. We have a complaint that the elevator is not working. I said, but the elevator is working. You were in the lobby. You saw people going, I want to go in the elevator and check it. I said, what are you checking for? It's an anonymous complaint. I said, the second you get in there, you're going to find other stuff. I said, what is the complaint you're looking for? The elevator is not working. I said, you see, it's working. I want to check if there's other defects. I said, I'm an experienced contractor. I'm telling you it's not. I've been doing it longer than you. He says, do you have an elevator key? I said, no, it's illegal for me to have one. Only the elevator company. He says, well, I'm going in. I said, you're going to walk out of my building or I'll have you arrested. That was it. He says, I don't have to go. I'm an inspector. And I whipped out my Constitution, started reading to him the Fourth Amendment. I said, you will leave here. I said, you are trespassing. I said, besides, I'm just as big as you. I'm a big fat guy. So if you want to push your way in, be very careful. The minute you touch me, I'm allowed to defend myself. Inspector or not, and I had another one arrested. And I said, walk outside and we'll have a chat. I said, make an appointment with me, and I'll let you in, and I want to know what you want to see. I want you to describe what you're coming to do. And I will then make sure that I have a competent elevator man here watching that you don't lie. He got upset. I'm leaving. I said, go. Anonymous complaints, people complaining against you. This is how we make money. We have our people ratting on each other that you double parked your car or your car is idling. And then we have a big TV star, Billy Idol. Don't idle. What do you mean don't idle? I dropped off my wife and mother. What do you think I'm going to do? Sit in the car, shut off the car? I'm going to leave the car on. It's cold so I can get the heat going. It's hot. I want the air conditioning to go on. I have a truck that I'm doing piping in. The machine there has to be on. The truck has to be on. They find another way, and they have people walking around taking pictures. People in no standing places. Do you know that they're looking to put another, I think, 3,000 cameras in buses? I know it's a crazy number. But all the buses, that means if you're at a bus stop and a bus pulls up behind you, he gives you a flash, you get a ticket. Now, let me explain to you. In the city, you can't drive in the bus lane. And a lot of places in New York now, we have the bike lane and the bus lanes. So if I want to make a right turn, I have to go into the bus lane. Now, I put my blinker on, and sometimes the blinker goes off. If the bus pulls behind me, he pushes the button. Even though I'm making a right turn or whatever turn it is, I got a ticket. That's the way it works. And what's going to happen is you can't fight a $50 ticket. I had a bunch of guys that came to me, Heshy, I got a bunch of $50 tickets. I took them all. I fight the garbage tickets, I win. But most people don't have the time for it. And this is how they make the money. Another million, another 300,000, another $100,000, and they get the people, the little guys like me, you and I, that could use the extra $50 or $100 for a pair of shoes. I'm going to tell you what happened to me today. Today I went to an inspection site, and we have control of the construction site. And the green doors open up, and we have the curb, and we pull up. And we have to unload, but you can't unload in the site. So we pull up the car to the construction site, and we stop on the sidewalk. And either way, we have it cordoned off. A ticket agent came by and gave me a $115 ticket for blocking the sidewalk without a permit. I said, but we have a permit. We have a permit, but just my car, it doesn't have a permit for it. Go fight it in court. Do you really think I'm going to go fight a $115 ticket that I have no time to fight? And even if I do write a letter or go down an entire day, you know, I was in court a couple years ago, and after sitting there waiting a whole day to fight the ticket, because I thought I was smarter than everybody else, right before, I was sitting there maybe 4 hours. Finally, the judge gets up and says, we're taking a break. Judge, taking a break. The next set of court cases at 2:30. We were called to be from 8:30 to 1:30, and it's already 1:30. Well, we're going to most likely have to adjourn you to come back another day. I said, you're joking, right? I said, this is just, and I said a bad word. And he fined me $50. So right away, I opened my wallet, and I started looking for the $50. And he says, don't look now. You don't have to pay it now. I says, no, I'm looking to see if I have another $50 because I have 2 more words to tell you. Those were going to be bad words. These are the people that just punish you. They're looking to take their little power to figure out a way to move up with the city ranks, you know? Let's see, get out. I don't know what this says here. But I'm just telling you that I want you guys to make your comments and understand that America today is a free country. We fought hard to get here. I know what you think, that they're taking us down, the woke left, the trans people. No, this is our country. It's not their country. They can share it with us. They can't push their idealisms on us. They can't. But we're allowing it to happen. I don't even understand why. What are these congressmen and senators gaining by taking away the rights of the majority and giving it to not even a minority, 1%ers? Less than 1%ers. Not 1% of rich people. But when you want to control the masses, you try to hurt their God. You know, you try to take away our gods. You take away our rights. And they've been working on this for the last 50 years, 60 years. It was a different world when I was growing up in the 60s and 70s. There was no such thing. Even when we fought against the war, we ran away or we were un-American. But at least we had a reason. You know, they tell me a story. I was watching a video of Martin Luther King. And he went with his friend into a synagogue. There was like 50 rabbis and a bunch of men. They circled Martin Luther King. And they started singing a song in Yiddish. And they were singing one of the songs of what Martin Luther King sings, one of his marches, in Yiddish. And they explained it to Martin Luther King, and he started to cry. He says, this is what America is. Martin Luther King did not care. He knew he had to fight for the black people. But he fought for all people. Martin Luther King did care for Jews, did care for women, did care for Asians. He had a dream. His foolish dream was he thought this would be a better place. And look, it's become too better. We accept stupidity. We accept men and women that, you're right, there are some women that are stronger than men. But in the basic athletic proposals, men do run faster, do work faster, are harder. People, there's always a standout woman, and I'm proud of that. But you can't mix men and women's sports. There are double teams of tennis, but both sides have the same advantages. You can't make the advantage different, and we're allowing that to happen. We had to say goodbye to our listeners at WSNR and WNEW and WPVD, and I'm coming to the end of the show. And I know a lot of you guys maybe didn't like that I'm ranting and raving and talking about Israel and Colombia, but look what's going on in this city. Look what you're doing to our city. You're making it that when, you know, in my neighborhood over here, if they came, we're going after them. I'm telling you now, and I don't care what police are listening, I don't care what government officials are, you're not coming here. You're not coming to scare my family, you're not coming to threaten me. I'm ready for you. Me and I have a lot of people ready. I've been preparing. I'm prepared to go and bust their heads. You come over here and you do anything crazy, I don't care what the cops do. We're going to fight back, arrest me, put me in jail. I don't care. You're not going to do that here. You're not going to do that here. In Flatbush a couple of months ago, the police stopped us from having a real estate program because the Palestinians were going to protest. You believe that? They were scared chicken, scaring us that we can't wake up in the morning. We don't know what our schedule is going to be. We don't know if we can even go to an event, or don't know if we can go to the store. We don't even know, a black lady came into a jewelry store and started screaming, "Free Palestine," and hollering, and they tried to push her out for no reason. Because he's a Jewish guy. He had nothing to do with Palestine. His store's in Midtown Manhattan. Thank you for listening to my show, everybody. Come again next week. I'm hoping my co-hosts come back, but I know my jokes were very funny. Listen to my show. Watch my show. Thank you, everybody. And I love YouTube. I love all the comments. James Green. Oh, wow. We all take a chance. We all got to be lucky. And you know what? We are going to be lucky. I'm lucky. I'm so happy. I don't need anything. I'm the happiest man. Play the music. Thank you so much, everybody. And thank you for listening to my show.